Hey everyone, happy Friday morning to you. You know, the people that show up on Facebook Live videos on Friday mornings, I think they have some special place in heaven. So hi guys, I'm excited to be here with you today. I have gotten message after message after message from people in my group, my personal Facebook group, my coaching group, as well as, in fact, I meant to tell them I'm going to be live in here. Hang on. I should have done that. Give me 30 seconds. I'm going to message my assistant. Hey, Vicki, could you let everyone in the inner circle know with a post real quick that I'm going live on my page to talk about the new algorithm changes? Thank you. Sorry, had to take care of some business. And so I've got a lot of private messages in the last 24 hours, a lot of people freaking out about the changes that Facebook announced in the last 24 hours on how they're going to change the algorithm. Hi, guys. Bless you guys for tuning in. You're amazing. Yeah, Sarah, everybody's asking me to share my insight. Okay, so, yep, Brooke, if somebody will let my inner circle know that I'm talking here, that'll be great, and I'll share it in the group later. But I've got some thoughts for you, and I'm going to try to be intelligent about putting them here in the video for you. And basically this, I'm going to give you the cliff notes first of what Facebook announced and what's going to be happening to our Facebook pages if we have business pages, and then what's going to be happening if you don't have a business page, how Facebook could potentially be starting to look a little different for you, okay? Hi, guys. Bless you for being here, and thank you for sharing. Okay, so basically Facebook came out yesterday and said, well, let me preface this by saying Mark Zuckerberg has been saying we're going to be changing the Facebook experience. And for those of you who don't know, Mark Zuckerberg owns Facebook, rules the world. Okay, so he's been saying there's going to be some changes, and so people have been assuming that we would be seeing some changes, especially to the business pages. So they basically came out yesterday, Facebook did, and just said that they're getting ready to roll out an algorithm update. Okay, algorithm is just a sexy word for what you see in your newsfeed first. So when you're flipping through your phone at night, when you should be paying attention to your husband, and you're looking at Facebook instead, #guilty. The algorithm is just what dictates what you see, okay? What pops up onto your phone. And so basically Facebook's come out and said, we're going to start showing less business posts and prioritizing the friends and family posts. Now you can see several different articles. Did I write down where the articles are at that I looked at? Yes, I read an article this morning on newsroom.facebook.com, one last night at media.facebook.com. Social Media Examiner's Facebook page has a great video that you can watch also. So kind of everybody's talking about it. So they're basically saying over the next couple of months, like they're going to be rolling this out slowly. So for all of you who have business pages, don't panic, first of all, okay? I'm going to give you a list of what to do and what not to do in a minute, all right? But you don't need to panic. Okay, it's going to be rolled out slowly. Facebook's very smart and methodical in the way that they do things. This is why Facebook rules the world, okay? They're not going to dump it to the entire Facebook community overnight and watch things go sideways. Mark Zuckerberg is brilliant. He wouldn't do that. So, some of you may not be affected by this for months, okay? But here's what they're basically saying. They're saying that they're going to show less clickbait posts, and I'll tell you what that means in a second. Well, okay, it's this. It's things like, you know how when you're looking at your Facebook and you'll see a post from a business page and it'll say, you'll never believe what this blogger did with 4 gallons of moss and some twine and a can of spray paint. Go here to see. And then you're like, I don't want to leave Facebook, but I kind of want to see what she did. So then you click over. That's clickbait. That's clickbait. Yeah, he does own Facebook and rule the world. That's what I say, Christina. And so basically Facebook's saying, we're going to show less of that. For those of you who don't know, the reason people are sending you out of Facebook to go look at that kind of stuff is all about the dollars. They're getting paid for that. That's why I don't do those type of posts, because they just feel slimy. They feel slimy. Like when I'm reading them, I'm like, I don't want to leave Facebook, but I do want to see what she did with that twine and that moss. I mean, it does sound interesting. Fine, I'll click. Okay, when you click, they're getting paid. All right. So Facebook's basically saying, we're not going to show that as much. And you know what? That's good. That's a good thing. Okay. Now, the other side of that is for us bloggers, those of us that blog. So we have, here's the before picture of my buffet that's nasty, ugly. I picked up on Craigslist, had a mouse in it. It smells like death. Go here to see how it looks now. Okay, so those of us that are trying to get you to go over to our blog, it's going to hurt. Okay, it's going to hurt because they're going to be showing that less. But if you've watched my Facebook page for any length of time, you'll see that we have decreased greatly those types of posts in the last several months, anticipating these Facebook changes. All right. So bless you guys for sharing this. I appreciate it. If you know other business people that might need to know about the algorithm changes, please do share. Okay. It's also saying that engagement bait. So the clickbait is, see what Sally did with the moss and the spray paint and the twine. Click here. Okay. That's clickbait. Engagement bait is this. Which of these designers would you like to come to your house to decorate it? 1, 2, 3, or 4. Which of these master bedrooms do you wish you had? A, B, C, or D. Those are engagement baits. The reason people do those posts is to up the engagement on their business page. Okay, because if I was to put which of these designers would you most want to come to your house? And of course, all of you are going to say Chip and Joe, same. And so if I was to put that on my Facebook page, I'd probably get 2,000 comments, all right? Then the way Facebook has worked is when you get more comments on one post, it'll automatically show your other posts to more people. So the reason businesses do those engagement-based posts, sure, it's that they care what your response is, but the majority of the time, they're just trying to keep their page engaged, because when their page is engaged, then more people will see their posts, more people will sign up for their course, buy their program, buy their paint, do whatever. Does that make sense? Okay, and so engagement posts like that are going to be affected. Facebook has said it on their article that engagement posts will not be seen nearly as much. And so here's my advice on what to do, okay? Grab a pen if you want. And then I'll get to your questions here in just a second, I promise, but I want to stay really focused here. Here's what to do. Number 1, do not panic, okay? The sky is not falling. When it drives me bat crazy when people freak out whenever there's an announcement like this. Look, you guys, if we are business owners, okay, if you are entrepreneurs, you are meant to be flexible. Things are changing all the time. You better be flexible with this too. It just means you're going to have to work smarter. It just means you're going to have to figure out what the new game may look like and how are you going to play it. Okay, until one of us is smart enough to come up with our own social media and figure out our own rules and it gets bigger than Facebook, until that happens, we got to play by Facebook's rules. And I will still say forever, Facebook is the best thing that's ever happened to my business. And I bet for most of you business owners, it's still the best thing that's happened to yours. Okay, so number 1, I want you not to panic. Don't be making any huge moves and you're going to quit posting on Facebook and you're only going to do Instagram, because guess what? They own Instagram. So if you think you're going to ditch one social and head to the other, that's crazy. Don't do that. Okay, so consistency, stay the course, people, first of all. Okay, so that's number 1. Number 2, I want you to watch your words of what you're saying about Facebook, okay, because griping about it is not going to help the situation at all. Facebook is still, like I said, the best thing that's happened to my business. It allowed me to go way past my competition in terms of what I do, not because I was the best at it, because I was the best marketing what I did on Facebook. So be careful with your words. Mark Zuckerberg is trying to make this a better experience for people when they're laying on their phones at night. He's not trying to screw all the business people, okay? He's not dumb. The way Facebook makes money is through us people, us marketers who are paying for ads. So they're not going to completely go sideways on what they do, all right? So watch your words, watch your complaining, watch your mumbling, watch your grumbling, because in the spiritual realm, that ain't good for your business. When one business owner is griping about another business owner, no, God ain't having it. So watch your words. Okay, now on a practical level, if you've been in my inner circle or you've taken my Creators Roadmap course, you have learned a couple of things that are going to save your butt about now, okay? And so you have learned, number 1, to build more than one social media following, all right? I have always taught to build 2. You build Facebook because it's the biggest, and then you build the one that you would normally play on if you're sitting at the dentist office and Facebook happens to go down, Okay, so you already have plan B. You already have, if you're in my group, at least one other social media that you're kicking butt at. Okay, so don't worry. All right, don't worry. You have not put all of your eggs in Facebook's basket, because as business owners, you never do that. If you put all of your eggs into any basket as a business owner, you may still as well be working for somebody else. So as business owners, you've already been doing what you were supposed to do, build Facebook and build one other. You're good, okay? Number two, if you've been in my coaching program, I have preached about building your email list for years. And the reason I've preached it is because about a little over 2 years ago, my Facebook page went down for 3 days, okay? And I was like, Lord have mercy, what just happened? And sucked my thumb in a corner, boo-hooing, for days, thinking, what has happened? Now, it ended up being an accident, and I talked to Facebook, and all was well. However, what it solidified for me was the importance of not depending solely on social media. So when you're in my coaching group, you're being taught, baby, you better have a website, and it better have an email list. And this is why. During those 3 days that my Facebook page was down, I was still able to communicate with my customers. I was still able to make money. And the reason I was able to do that is because I hadn't put all my eggs in social media. I had a list. I've got a 40,000 plus email list of people that I can communicate with, and I can still sell to if need be. You have to have an email list. If you don't, would you please listen to me, write it down, and let it be one of the first things you do in January. Okay, it needs to be an absolute non-negotiable. You have to have an email list. If you've been coaching with me, you know that, and you've already got one. So guess what? You're good again. Okay. Number three, if you've listened to these videos from me for any length of time, you know that I preach branding you, and through branding you, building relationship. So that your people who are following you on social media, they actually know you. So that you're not just some random business popping up on their feed, barfing up sales posts. Am I right? Thank you, Mary Lou, for sharing this so you can see it later. I appreciate you so very much. And for those of you who else have been sharing this, bless you. Appreciate it. Okay, so relationship is key, you guys. So Facebook's saying if you're clickbaiting people or engagement baiting people, we're going to show that less. But what Facebook's also saying is we want your posts to be engagement driven. We want Facebook to be relationship driven. So how do you build relationship? This is the example that I've given a million times when I give talks on social media, when I'm invited to conferences, in my coaching group, whatever. Okay, I'm going to make this the shortest example ever. Do you know how, there's something floating in the air. You know how when you're at the mall, all right, and you're walking through the mall and you see some chick, she's got her clipboard, okay, she's got this thing, and she's walking towards you, and you know she's about to ask you a question, and you're like, oh, hell no, like, how can I avoid eye contact, and then you won't have to answer the questions, right? You know what I'm talking about? Like, you don't want to answer her questions, you don't know her. That's what it feels like when you're trying to build engagement on your Facebook page, but nobody knows who you are. The reason they're not talking back to you about your projects, about whatever else, is because they don't know you. And the only way they get to know you is when you show a little bit of yourself on your social media. Now, you don't have to go all out like I do. You don't have to name your husband Mr. Magic, introduce the whole world to your dog, talk about how your daughters watched The Office 8 times in a row, and it's probably not appropriate for a 10-year-old. You don't need to do all that. Okay, I'm not saying it has to be all that, but I am saying you need to quit hiding behind your Facebook page because you'd rather just be the store than you, or you'd rather just be the blogger than you. You need to quit hiding behind that. The only way you're going to build engagement is if people get to know who the heck you are. So if you don't like how it feels to be on camera, guess what? You can take my Facebook live training. It will teach you how to feel better on camera. When you sign up for my Inner Circle, by the way, that's free, and it's a $77 class. Okay, if you don't like how you look on camera, get a light. All right, let me show you my light kit that's on right now. There. So, Jen, tired, sad. Jen, so much better with lighting. I mean, you're going to have to do the things that Facebook's asking you to do because you're going to have to play their game, babe. You're going to have to play their game. So build relationship on your social media. And by building relationship, I'm also talking about adding value, okay? Just barfing up sales posts does not add value to anybody that's following your page. Giving them encouragement, giving them tips and tricks, giving them free stuff, giving them ideas on ways to do things, building them up, encouraging, that's all going to do so well for you. So if you've already been doing that, then you shouldn't be affected a ton by the changes, okay? Number 4, use ads. You're going to have to be doing Facebook ads. Now listen, some of you will say, I don't want to pay for people to like my page. Okay, you are thinking about it completely backwards. Completely backwards. That doesn't even make sense. What you're paying for is this. When I'm laying in bed at night next to Mr. Magic, and I'm flipping through Facebook, and I get something that pops up that is a page that I've never heard of before. And it's, doing DIY projects through the weekend. I'm a painter. I paint furniture. Let me show you how. Okay, you're paying for that. I have the option. I feel like I'm yelling. I'm so sorry. I have the option of whether or not I'm going to like that page. Okay, I have that option. That is what an ad does for you. I've been doing ads, you guys, for 4 years. For 4 years. If you are still advertising in the yellow pages, in your kids' football things, which is sweet, by the way, but not going to get you a ton of the clients that you want. If you're still advertising in your local magazine or newspaper, knock it off. Knock it off. Every Black Friday should be teaching you. Every single Black Friday should be showing you. People want to buy here. They want to do business here. They want to build relationship here. They want to do everything on this thing. Start running some ads. If you've been running ads, then you already know a little bit about the ad game. Okay, and so these changes will hit you less. Number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Number 5. You need to be doing live videos. And I've been preaching this and swinging from the chandeliers about live video forever and a day. Because here's why. What Facebook has said, if you remember what they said at the top, they said, we want you to be doing posts that people engage with. Well, what kind of posts do people engage with the most? Live video. Why do you think I'm doing this on a live video and not just trying to type it up in a post? Well, first, I've got too many stinking words. Hey, thank you. Bless you guys. Thank you guys for sharing as well. Damon Oates. Okay, we're going to take just a quick moment of silence for Damon Oates, who owns Deco Exchange, who is in my coaching group. He's in my mastermind. In fact, it's probably his fault I did the mastermind, who quit his 6-figure corporate job today just to do online stuff, to have a business group online. Damon, congratulations. You can all type congratulations to Damon's. What a huge day for you. We're so excited. So the live video, though, is one of the things that Damon used to rock the heck out of his business, to go from a couple thousand followers on Facebook to, Damon, what do you have now? Over 100,000 in 6 months. It's what he used to go to jump his income to, I won't out you on your income, Damon, but to crazy pants at 6 months. Live video. You don't like it? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You don't have to be sweet, friendly, funny, chipper on your live video, by the way. Somebody go take a peek at Damon, okay? Not that Damon's not all of those things and lovely, but Damon doesn't even look at the camera half the time. You just have to do the live video. Figure out how to position your phone so that it's pointed down at the project you're doing or the thing that you're making or whatever. Have your assistant paint and you just record. But if you are going to complain about Facebook and not do the things that they're asking you to do, well, the two of those things don't jive. They don't jive. So those are the 5 things you're going to have to do. Okay, you can go over to the newsroom.facebook.com to read their article, or media.facebook.com to read their article, and that will help solidify this for you. Last thing you have to do, number 6, and this is the biggest. Okay, you ready? This is the biggest. You have to figure out how to have multiple revenue streams and how to be diversifying your revenue. Because if the only thing that you are making money on is blogging, or the only thing that you're making money on is affiliate marketing, or the only thing you're making money on is sponsored posts, you could be in trouble whenever Facebook makes a change like this. You have to figure out that there are so many different ways of making money for your business. And if you're putting all of your eggs into any one basket, that's just a recipe for disaster. Those of us who have diversified things are not freaking out. I can tell you I am freaked out this much. I say that with every ounce of sincerity in me. I'm freaked out this much about the algorithm changes. Might it stink? It might. We'll see. I'm not going to panic until then. But if you look at anybody like, let's look at Chip and Joanna. Chip and Jo did not put all of their eggs into HGTV's basket. Did you see, by the way, Chip's got that new restaurant opening up, and it says like avocado toast. It's like an old-fashioned sign. Have you guys seen it? I think it's on his Instagram. And it says like avocado toast, honk once for yes, honk two for no. And I'm like, who wants to go to Waco with me? I just want to go to Waco just to have breakfast at their restaurant. Okay, so now they have a restaurant, a paint line, a magazine, a blog. They've got their store. They've got a bakery. They've got the real estate place. They ain't got any of their eggs in one basket. Pay attention to that, you guys. Mark Zuckerberg and the Gaines are who's running the world. And you need to learn from that as entrepreneurs, okay? We need to learn from what they're doing. Diversifying your income will help you to sleep so much better at night. That way, when, so one of the social medias goes crazy pants, you still have those other. For me, I have 7 different revenue streams. I was actually asked to speak on that in another business group yesterday. I've set up 7 different revenue streams so that if any one of them goes sideways, I still have the other 6. I'll tell you what, that'll help you just to totally sleep differently at night, okay? So the other thing you can do here, if you are a page, Simply Sarah says I changed her life. And she's not freaking out thanks to my training and the inner circle. Bless you, Simply Sarah. I'm so proud of your success. So the other thing I want you to do, and I'm going to do this at the end of the video, is I want you, if you have a business page, okay, I want you to screenshot. Here's what you're going to have to do. I had to text my friend Carrie Rabina this morning. She's my best business buddy. Everybody that's in my training knows that. I don't know if Carrie's here on the thing or not. But I asked Carrie, Carrie, do me a favor. Will you go to my Facebook page on your phone, screenshot my page? Okay, and then I want you to screenshot the follow button and then send that to me, and then I'm going to do a little post with it. So basically, I'm going to ask you guys, I'll post these pictures when we're done here, and anybody else that wants to make sure that they're seeing my page, you can go to my page, you can hit follow, and you can hit see first. That way, when you turn on Facebook, the pages, and do that with every page you really want to follow. When you turn on Facebook, those things will be at the very top. And then your sister-in-law's cat, and then your brother's car racing adventure, and then your best friend's Facebook memory of you 10 years ago when your waist was a lot smaller that makes you want to cry. And that, you know what I mean? And then everything else that you want will be right after that. So you can ask your followers to do that. That will help you to continue getting engagement, all right? Ask your followers to share when you're doing live videos. Like I'm going to ask you right now, if you guys would share this video for anybody else that has a business page, that would be awesome. Number 1, it's thinking good content. Number 2, you're going to maybe want to go back and listen to this later, okay? And I want you to continue posting things that promote discussion, but that don't feel slimy. So not the, which of these things would you rather have? But instead, maybe an open-ended question like, what's everybody having for dinner tonight? Which feels just more authentic than a choose 1, 2, or 3, or 4. What about, like, if the Valentine fairy, it's not a fairy, what is she? Cupid was to give you an extra $5,000. What would you use that on in your house? That way you're getting some engagement on posts, but that it doesn't feel like you're asking them for one of 4 things or one of 3 things, and it'll just feel, it's going to be different in the Facebook algorithm. Does that make sense? So the private messages I got, somebody asked me if they should quit Facebook. Are you kidding me? No, do not jump ship. This is not the time for that. This is not the time for that, but I'll tell you this, for you savvy business owners who understand social media, there will be people who jump ship. And guess what? That just leaves more room and less online competition for you. So do not jump ship, okay? Number 2, somebody messaged me and said, should I go back to posting everything in my group? No, no, and no. Listen, you aren't going to get a book deal someday because you've got a group with 1,000 people in it. You're not going to get asked to do speaking gigs because you've got 1,000 people in a group. You're not going to make any real revenue off of a group unless you can sell the heck out of them. And then that begins to feel slimy. And I know for me, I regularly go in and get out of groups. People add me to groups all the time that I didn't be asked added to. Don't do that to me. And I hope you guys aren't doing that to people either. Don't ditch your page and go back to a group. I'm telling you, any big move like that right now is not going to behoove you well. So don't do it. At the end of the day, Facebook just wants you to be posting meaningful engagement. They want you to be posting things that people are going to engage with. And if you've done that up until now, I don't think you're going to see a huge change. I know for me, just in the last 2 or 3 months, I've already seen my reach on my posts being lower. So I assume that I've already been part of some algorithm change. And yet, when I do a good job and post something that's meaningful or go live on my Facebook page, I still get tons of engagement. So there's that. And I just hit 300,000 Facebook followers and got my page verified. So there's all that. Okay, so let me answer some of these questions, okay? In fact, I'm going to turn it on here because that just is easier for me than trying to weed through the questions there. So, oh, you're so welcome, Tina. I'm so glad. Okay, hang on here. You're growing so slow, says Two Hearts Design. You need to be doing ads then. Or you're posting about the wrong stuff, or you're posting the wrong time of day, or you're not posting frequently enough and you're not doing Facebook Lives. Or you're not giving your people the content that they want. Because when you give them the content that they want, then they will engage with it. Remember that when they hit like, it's like a kiss on the cheek. When they hit comment, it's like them shaking your hand. When they hit share, it's like a kiss, and you want the kiss, okay? You want the full-blown on-the-mouth kiss. So getting relevant, interesting, fun stuff on your Facebook page so that people will share it is key. Hair by Tony. My content has never stayed 100% about business. Her question is, so our content doesn't need to stay relevant to our business. Let me ask you this. When I've had, I can't even remember how many Facebook Lives now go viral to over 1 million people. One of them was me at the nail salon getting powder dip on my nails. Okay, that's not relevant to my business at all. Not in the least. Not in the least. And people shared that thing like crazy. Okay, like crazy. And so it doesn't all have to be relevant about your business. People, listen, this is the key. And if you'll understand this, you guys, it will help so much, right? Facebook's trying to make sure that Facebook is a good experience for the people that are on Facebook, that people aren't leaving Facebook by the droves because they're tired of being pitched to, they're tired of being sold to, they just want to go back to seeing people's cats and people's babies, okay? So Facebook's trying to do the very best that they can. If you'll remember as a business that people buy from people they know, like, and trust, that's it at the end of every day. The only way you're going to get them to know, like, and trust your brand or you over somebody else is to actually show up and actually let them peek behind the curtain just a little bit on who you actually are and what your life's about. So if you own a store, a Facebook Live inside of a store, fantastic. A Facebook Live showing how you get shipments in the back of the store, showing how during Christmas you're shipping things out the door like crazy, those sorts of things. Those are letting people in on a little more than just seeing your business posts all the time. Does that make sense? So thank you, Robin, for sharing. I appreciate you so much. All right, what did I miss? Like 500 questions. I'm sorry. Let me pull this up here so I can see the comments on my phone. Oh, that's loud, loud. Okay, give me just a second. Gosh, thank you guys for all the shares on this too. I appreciate that. Okay, so what do you suggest for someone doing interior design as far as giving them something? Well, gosh, Rochelle, it's a wide open. Do you know how many things if you're an interior designer, you can be posting all day long on what size rug you need to be buying and what the rule is for what the height is of a photo that you need to be putting on your room. Why not just to put a mirror on a wall when you don't know what else to put up? People do that all the time, by the way. When they don't know what to hang on the walls, they hang a mirror. Don't do that. Okay, so you have a ton of content. You're thinking too narrow. I want you to broaden what you're thinking about and broaden what you're posting about. Heather says, does it help to do a Facebook Live during the day when not many people watch you live? Heather, I've got 900 people on here live right now. If I did this tonight, I'd probably have 2,000 on live. But the truth is, we've got personal stuff to attend to tonight. We've had a death in the family, and we have things that we need to go take care of. And so timing wise, and also this, yes, it would be better in terms of me getting more people on, but I am best during the day before noon. And by 8 o'clock at night, when people are hottest on my page, is when I've already got the hair down or up and earrings off, and I'm in jammies and I don't want to talk to people. So yes, Facebook Lives in the evening are way better. A Facebook Live Monday through Thursday and on a Sunday evening are the best. And so, yeah, there's that. But you also have to make it fit your life. So what else here? Ignore the trolls, guys. We don't give them any, just ignore them. Ignore them. Ruby wants to know how long your Facebook Live should be. It needs to be at least 15 minutes and shorter than 45. Shorter than 45. What else do we have? Yes, your personal posts always get the most engagement, Goody Girl Shop. Isn't that the truth? Isn't that the truth? So let's see. What else can I answer for you guys? If you asked a question, would you please ask it here again so that I can answer you? I know, I don't even engage with them. Oh, thank you for your condolences. I appreciate that. Mr. Magic had an aunt pass away, and so it's a sad, sad time. There you go. Okay. For those of you that joined late, though, I'm going to recap this. And if you want to type this out just so that you have my list of things to make sure you're doing right now so that you weather this algorithm change well, here they are. Okay. Number one is not panic. Don't panic. Don't be changing what you're doing and making huge moves and going over only to Twitter or whatever else. Don't do any of that nonsense. Number two, watch how much you're murmuring and complaining about what is still the best free way to market your business ever in the history of ever. Okay? Quit murmuring, griping, complaining, or whatever. Figure out how to play the game. All right? Number three, make sure you've done all the things that I teach in my coaching class. My people know. You better be building 2 social medias. You best have an email list yesterday. And not only should you have an email list, but you need to be growing it and you need to be actively using it. It makes me cry when people come into my coaching group and they've got an email list with a couple hundred or a couple thousand people on it and they haven't sent an email in 6 months. What? Come on. You better be building relationship. You better stop doing all those clickbait posts. You better be doing Facebook ads. You better be doing live video. You better be diversifying your income so that all of your eggs are not in one basket. And ask your people to follow you first. And I'll do the screenshots here as soon as we're done so that you guys can see exactly what those posts can look like, okay? In terms of the couch trolls here, listen, guys, what they don't understand is the more they comment, the better my engagement is on the Facebook Live. I just ignore them. For those of you that are freaked out about when you get trolled on a Facebook Live, it's a sign that you've got a good, healthy Facebook page with good lives, because that's when they show up. Number two, they're just helping you. Ignore them. Ignore them. My video right now is being shown to even more people because there's idiots that have showed up. So we're going to take that to the bank. So bless you guys. That's my take on the new Facebook algorithm change. I ain't freaking out. The sky's not falling for me, and it shouldn't be for you either. So bless you guys as you go into your weekend. Again, if you catch this on the replay, if you would share this to anybody else that you know that's a small business owner that may be freaking out so that they'll feel a little better and know what to do and what not to do, that would be awesome. And don't forget to go read for yourself. Read for yourself what Facebook's saying. Go to Mark Zuckerberg's personal Facebook page and read what he's got. Go to media.facebook.com and read what they've got. Okay. And then you'll understand better. But I would not freak out, and it's all going to be fine. Facebook's not stupid. Okay. They make all their money, you guys, off us people with business pages. So it's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. All right. Bless you guys. I appreciate you being here, and you guys have a wonderful weekend. We'll talk soon. Okay. Bye-bye.